Hola Seekers, this is Kim and bienvenidos to another timeless reading. As you might already know through the title of this video, the topic of this reading is a mystery. Each one of these question marks that you see here has been assigned a different topic. So in total, there are 4 different topics on the table. What topic your reading will focus on will depend on which question mark or group you choose. And these are general topics such as love, career and finances, spiritual and personal growth, etc. Now, before you choose your group, it is important to know that the topic you get could be an answer to any general question or concern you currently have. So, for example, this reading can aim to answer questions such as, what do I need to focus on? What are all these signs and synchronicities that I have been seeing lately in regards to? Or in what area of my life will I experience my next big breakthrough? Or this could simply be a what do I need to hear right now kind of reading. So I will leave it up to you guys to decide how you want this reading to serve you. And if you'd like, before choosing your group or question mark, you can set an intention for what the purpose of this reading is. Okay, but with that being said, let us now take a closer look at the representative of each group. So starting off, we have Group 1, Group 2, Group 3, Group 4. Okay, so as always, take as much time as you need in order to choose your group. And once you have chosen your group, then head on over to the comment section where the timestamps for each group are provided so that you can skip right on over to your reading. So now that you have chosen, let's get right into your messages. Let's go! Hola Seekers who chose Group 1, bienvenidos to your reading. Now it's time to reveal the topic of this group. Drum roll, please. Dun, 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 dun. That was a terrible drum roll. Okay, so you guys chose this question mark and your topic is romantic love. And this is for both singles and partnered. Okay, so let us get right into your messages. So when I connected with the energy of this group, the first word that came to mind was refresh. Some of you might be starting anew in terms to romantic love, or your perspective or perception of romantic love is going to change. I get this overall feeling of starting anew. I wish I could be more specific, but nothing else is coming through and I don't want to say things just to say them. So I'm going to move right into the cards. I know those messages were very vague in general, but I'm sure we'll get more specific information whilst looking at the cards. Okay, so I'm first going to shuffle the tarot deck and see what messages Spirit has for you in regards to romantic love. Why is it that you chose this topic? Or this topic chose you? Okay, so we have the 5 of... They are so loud. Okay, but yeah. So we have the 5 of Swords upright. And at the back of the deck, we have the 10 of Swords. I feel called to pull out a key term. So I'm going to do that. Okay. And I feel like pulling out... Is that it? Okay. So, as you can see, the first key term that fell out was beginning, and I love it how it fell right on top of the 10 of Swords, because the 10 of Swords usually represents endings of hardships, of pain, burnout, fatigue. So having the energy of a beginning here is reinforcing that something that is about to end is ending in order to give way to a new beginning. Okay, but then we have support. We have ask, and we also have ascend. And the camera isn't focusing. So immediately looking at the key term ascend, I think of rising above a difficult situation, rising above a challenge. I think of success, as well as healing. Now, I do notice there is a lot of sword energy in this spread. Now, swords represents thoughts, the mind, as well as communication. It is associated with the element of air. Now, with the key terms ask and support, I am sensing a lack of communication. So if you are currently in a relationship, there might be a lack of communication in your relationship. What I'm getting with the Five of Swords is that one person in the relationship never seems to get a word in edgewise. As you can see in the Five of Swords, there is one person who is carrying all of the swords, while the other one is left empty-handed. So it seems to me like one person in the relationship always gets the last word. So for example, if there is a disagreement or even an argument, one person, and I feel it's always the same person, is left feeling confused, is left feeling unheard, while the other person leaves pretty satisfied with themselves. They said what they wanted to say, they felt like they proved their point, and either at the end they got away with something or they got away with it. And the Five of Swords is a card that represents conflict. It can sometimes represent bullying, coercion, but it is also a card that denotes standing up for yourself, as well as walking away, knowing and realizing when something has come to an end, when a limit has been reached. And I feel like that's sort of the main theme here because we do have the Ten of Swords. Now, the Ten of Swords can represent betrayal, feeling attacked. Yet it's so interesting how this Ten of Swords is being represented in this deck, because usually the person showing up in the Ten of Swords shows up laying facing down. But in this card, they're facing up. So this person saw the swords coming at them. This person was, to some extent, aware of the pain that was being inflicted onto them. Now, as I mentioned, swords are connected with the mental realm as well as with communication. So whenever the Ten of Swords comes up, I also think of someone who is overthinking or continuously doubting themselves. So if there has been doubts in your relationship, if you have been overthinking something in regards to your romantic relationship or your romantic love life or romantic prospects, this doubt, this overthinking, it's about to end, or the very least subside. Some of this overthinking or doubt might actually be enabled or aggravated by our fears, our insecurities, by our inner critic, our negative self-talk or self-thinking. And you know that negative little voice can sound very convincing at times. So much so that it can feel like it's our logical thinking that is speaking to us. Because this voice is going to target your fears and your insecurities. So it knows how to make itself believable because it knows you. It knows your weaknesses and it knows your strengths. So it's important to notice when this voice is getting the best of us. And one way you can notice is when you start beating yourself up. It's when you start feeling down. It's when you start believing that there's no way out, or that things aren't going to get better, or that this feeling of uncertainty, this feeling of hopelessness is never going to end or subside. So for example, if you are single and you're wondering when are you going to meet someone, or you are stressing about why it's taking so long, why you haven't met someone yet, and the only reasons you choose to believe are the reasons given to you by the negative little voice inside your mind, which are reasons or explanations that end up discouraging you, putting you down, or questioning your self-worth, then this is an example of how this negative self-thinking is causing this Ten of Swords type of pain. And all I can feel when looking at this Five of Swords card is someone feeling left out in the cold. Someone feeling left even more confused than they were before. Now, it is true that our doubts, insecurities, and overthinking can come from our negative self-beliefs, negative thinking, or negative self-talk, but they can also be instigated by another, by an external factor, by a person. And since in the Five of Swords, we do have one person walking away with 5 of the swords, which I feel are 5 of the 10 of swords in the 10 of swords card, there might be someone near you in your surroundings who is instigating a lot of this self-doubt and or overthinking. if you are currently in a romantic relationship, this person who is instigating this confusion might be the other person in the relationship. Yet, if you strongly feel and believe this to not be the case, then this can be someone who is near you and who knows about your relationship, what you're going through, your struggles, and their opinions or comments about your relationship or what it is that you're struggling with or going through is causing confusion. This person seems to have very strong beliefs and or opinions. Their self-righteous behavior might be the cause for the confusion on your end. Now, this does not signify that they are right and you are wrong or vice versa. It just means that you have different opinions, beliefs, and perspectives, which results in this discrepancy. Now, I cannot 100% say with certainty that whoever this person is who is instigating this or aggravating this confusion is doing so with malicious intent. But I am sensing that for some of you guys, this might be someone who is targeting you because we do have the Ten of Swords. This might be someone who does know your weaknesses, who does know what your insecurities are, and they are targeting that. So for those of you who are single, this might be a friend, an acquaintance, a coworker, a colleague, someone that you know who is an enabler. Or maybe this person has a negative tendency of self-sabotaging, self-deprecating, or self-victimizing. And if you are around them whenever they are doing this, you might slowly get sucked into these tendencies as well. So it is important to be mindful, to be aware. And because, as I mentioned, in the Ten of Swords, we do have this person laying face up, I do sense that there is some awareness of what is going on. Now, we do have the key terms ask and support. So remember that you can ask for support and you will receive it. But ask for the support of supportive people, people who you know actually help you, who encourage you and uplift you, instead of asking for support from people who put you down or keep you in the Ten of Swords energy. Especially if there is someone in your life who is purposefully attacking you, who every time you speak to them, you end up feeling bad about yourself, you end up questioning your self-worth, you end up questioning your own judgment or yourself. Please take note of that because this is causing a lot of pain. And you do not need to, nor do you have to stay in any situation, environment, or relationship that is causing you harm in any way. Your opinions, what is bothering you, your emotions, all of that matters. It matters. Because what I'm getting is someone is trying to speak up about what is hurting them, what is troubling them, what their concerns are. And then there is someone else who is just coming in and quote unquote removing all of these worries and concerns by brushing them aside or belittling them, by disregarding them or not even listening to them. And it leaves that person who had all these worries and concerns feeling confused, wondering whether their concerns or worries were valid, whether they mattered. This is reminding me of gaslighting. So if any of this resonates with you, I do sense that whatever it is that has been causing you to be or feel in this Ten of Swords energy is going to be revealed. And as I said, I feel like the vast majority of you already have some awareness of what is happening. So this is more about you possibly coming into acceptance of what you already feel and know to be true, and then making a choice. For example, choosing to end this negative cycle or pattern, choosing to walk away or cut cords with the negative situation or relationship. And as I mentioned previously, this doesn't necessarily have to be with your romantic partner. This can be with a friend, a coworker, an acquaintance, someone that you possibly even casually just talk to about your worries. And this can also be a change in how you talk to yourself, a change in how you treat yourself if you're the one who is gaslighting yourself, self-gaslighting. Your worries, your concerns, they all matter. Yes, sometimes our fears are illogical, yet that doesn't mean that your feelings and or emotions are not valid. So it's important not to dismiss our feelings because, and this is my personal opinion, by the way, the more we dismiss our feelings, it becomes more difficult to trust what we are feeling or to trust ourselves to decipher what we are feeling. So once again, I always say this in my readings, but I feel it's very important to remind ourselves that it's okay to ask for help, because I feel like the majority of us have been taught to handle things on our own, which results in us keeping quiet about what we're going through, suppressing our emotions, or not dealing with our issues. Sometimes we need a little guidance, a new perspective, or a lending hand, and that is okay. I want to look at the card. You see, we do have the Ace of Wands under the Ten of Swords. Aces always speak of new beginnings. With the ending of this situation, of this struggle and or challenge here, comes this new beginning of the Ace of Wands. Now, the Ace of Wands speaks of new passions, of enthusiasm, of a spark. The Ace of Wands feels like a rebirth. It feels like a rising again, like a starting anew, which were the messages that came through at the beginning. So if you are currently in a relationship and you have concerns or worries about the relationship, yet you have never shared these concerns with your partner, you've only been assuming or overthinking, maybe speaking up about your concerns to your partner will help bring clarity to the situation and will help bring an end to all this inner conflict and inner pain, or help lessen and or relieve the overthinking. And with that comes this sense of renewal, a refresh in the relationship. It might even feel like a starting all over again with your partner, with your significant other. Because sharing your concerns could give way for each one of you to open up to the other. And in that, get to know each other more. And it's the start of a deeper and more intimate relationship between you both. Because the Ace of Wands is about taking initiative, taking action, you taking the reins, deciding what direction you want to move in. So you're not letting others decide for you, not even that negative little voice, but you're deciding for yourself. Now, for those of you who are single, this Ace of Wands can speak about you feeling encouraged to go out there, to meet new people, feeling inspired to manifest your significant other or a new relationship, or feeling hopeful about the future, feeling hopeful about your romantic love life. The Ace of Wands is very empowering. It's making me think of someone who is open to opportunities, someone who is running solo for a while because they want to test waters first. They want to experience. So if you're single, it might not necessarily be that you immediately enter a relationship after this phase here ends, but you will feel optimistic about what is to come, about you meeting someone special. And so some of you might decide to go out into the dating scene, or you might decide to just run solo for a while, live your life, possibly even travel, because the Ace of Wands does speak about traveling. The word invigorated just came to mind, and I'm sensing someone who is just excited about living life and getting to know themselves more and getting to try new things, learn new things. Some of you might even decide to invest more time and energy into a talent or a hobby or a skill, or learning a new skill. And your talent, your skill, your hobby, or possibly even your work or a project might become your new commitment, your new passion, one of your many reasons for getting up every morning. And look, under the Ace of Wands, we have the Fool. This is literally the card that denotes a clean slate, starting anew. So whether you are in a relationship or you are single, there is a new beginning in terms to your romantic love life. You're either looking at your situation with a new perspective or perception, and that in itself is allowing you to move forwards. So as I mentioned, this can be you feeling hopeful again about your prospects, about your future. And for some of you, this might be signifying an ending to a relationship, cutting cords with something or someone who was detrimental to your well-being. And in doing that, you are giving space and room for something new to come into your life, or for you to venture into something that is more in alignment with you, who you are, and with your values. Or this can be signifying a change in your current relationship, where once voicing your concerns, you give space for there to be healing in the relationship, for there to be a new beginning in the relationship. But again, remember that in a relationship, it requires of the two people to work together to create this change. Because if one person is willing and the other person isn't, then there continues to be that imbalance. So it's important to be honest and real with yourself about what is happening. Where does your relationship stand? So that you can know whether this change is possible, whether there can be healing in the relationship to improve the situation, to improve the relationship. Because like I said, for some of you, this might be a decision of ending the relationship in order to find freedom and liberation and healing. I'm going to pull out one clarifying card. And we have the card hold, and it fell out horizontally, so that's how I'm going to take it. When cards fall out in this direction, I personally interpret it as denoting the foundation of where the overall energy is being grounded on. So yes, you are being advised to be more empathetic with yourself, to be more compassionate and understanding of yourself. You also deserve the love, the care, and the nurturing, not only from others, but from yourself. Someone is asking to be held. Someone is asking to be heard. Someone is asking also to be liberated. This hold card reminds me of outgrowing a situation, because this person here seems like they have outgrown this little shelter that they are in. So the Ace of Wands and the Fool, it's making me think of stretching your wings, of stretching out, of breaking free. It's time to break free. And like I said, for some of you, this might be denoting breaking free of a harmful relationship and or situation. But once again, if you need support, then ask for it. Ask for it from your loved ones. Because what I'm sensing here is you are not alone. You do have people around you who genuinely love you and care for you and would want to know what it is that you're going through, so they can provide you with as much support that they can give. You are loved and you are lovable. And the Fool knows it. The Fool is very much aware of it, that they are destined for great things and that they themselves create their destiny. And because they search for greatness, or stability or love or whatever it may be, that is what they will find, or that is what they will create. So do not settle for less. Spring season might be of importance. You might be experiencing or undergoing some major changes during spring season. Yeah, because the Five of Swords and the Ten of Swords is making me think of winter. And what comes after winter? Spring. I'm going to pull out one oracle card, and this will be the last message for you guys. There is no right or wrong way to live your life. Be easy on yourself. I'm going to repeat this message one more time. There is no right or wrong way to live your life. Be easy on yourself. Yeah, but those are all the messages I am seeing for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it brought some guidance, some clarity. If it did, then please leave a like or a comment. If you are new to this channel and you want to stick around for more readings with me, Kim, then please do subscribe. I do offer personal readings. All the information is in my website, and the link to my website can be found in the description box down below. Thank you so much for watching until the very end, and thanks to all of you who took a moment to watch the ads. That is the most simplest way to support me and my channel. So muchas gracias. Yeah, but that is all for now. Wishing you a wonderful rest of your day. And yeah, until the next moment. Bye bye. Hola seekers who chose group 2, bienvenidos to your reading. Now it's time to reveal the topic of this group. Dun, 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 dun. So you guys chose this question mark and your topic is career, profession, studies, and or creative endeavors, as well as finances and or achievements. Okay, so there you have it. Now let's get right into your messages. So when connecting with the energy of this group, the first word that came to mind was stationary. Now, I'm not exactly sure whether it was stationary with an A or if it was stationary with an E, because those are two completely different things. So if you're currently students or you're attending a class, pursuing a higher education, maybe you are being encouraged to buy new stationery that will motivate you to feel enthusiastic about studying or going to class or learning. You know, especially if you are into aesthetics or seeing beautiful things really inspires you or brings you joy. I'm getting this idea of like romanticizing studying or learning. Hey, if that helps with getting you in the zone, then let it be a tool in your toolbox. And for those of you who are thinking about or considering going back to school, taking a class, or even doing self-learning, this might be a way of encouraging you to go for it. This might very well be the thing that helps get you out of a funk if you feel you are in a funk, or assists you with leveling up in your career or in your work or in your creative endeavors. So yeah, go for it. I also get the feeling that for those of you who are struggling financially, like for example, if you want to take a class, but it's either too expensive or maybe the materials that you need for the class are too expensive, I do sense that someone will be helping you out. You know, this stationery we were talking about might very well be a gift that you will be receiving. We can even be speaking about a scholarship or possibly even a loan that will be given to you or that you will be earning. So yeah, if you want to go back to school, if you want to take a class, if you want to self-learn, just set your intentions for it. Start taking action towards it, and the resources, the funds, the assistance, the support, it will start trickling in. Now for the word stationary with an A, for those of you who are looking for a stable job or a stable position in a workplace, I do see you finding this stability. A lot of you will be given a role or a position that will require for you to be at the forefront. Some of you might be delegated more responsibilities or have very important responsibilities. If you are self-employed, are a business owner or a freelancer, I do see you being pretty busy. This might be you currently, or it could be you in the near future. If you are looking to start your own business or become self-employed or start something of your own, this is going to take a lot of your time and attention. I just sense someone focused on their work, on what they're doing. I also get that the workload is going to increase, especially for those of you who own a business. If you sell products, I do see you doing very well. Your products are going to sell. You're going to get a lot of traffic, a lot of requests. Yeah, so busy bees. I'm seeing busy bees. Okay, but now I'm going to move into the cards. And as I mentioned with group 1, I have not planned out any spread for these readings. So I'm just going with the flow. So if things look a little bit messy, I apologize. Okay, but I'm going to pull out one of these cards. Okay. Ooh, 2 cards. 3 cards flew out. And actually, another card flipped over, which is it didn't fall out, but it flipped over. And it's the fortune card with Sun in Leo, the 5th house. And I'm going to take this card as representing the overall energy of this spread. Okay, so we also have the 6th house with Mars and Virgo and the key term criticism. And we also have the 12th house with Saturn in Pisces and the key term loss. And last but not least, we have the 2nd house with Jupiter in Taurus with the key term status. So first and foremost, the 5th house is the house of children, creativity, artistic pursuits, hobbies, and recreation. Now, with Leo being in its own house, this is letting me know that whatever challenges you have faced, you have overcome them. You have decided to take them on, learn from them as you overcome them. And with each challenges that you have overcome and learned from, you have ascended more and more. You have grown. And not only you, but your prospects have also grown. Because this is the card of fortune. We literally have a sun shining down on this entire earth. The earth is making me think of potential. It's making me think of the world that you are creating for yourself, or your inner world possibly. So, as mentioned previously, if you are wondering or thinking about learning something new, a new skill, taking on a new hobby, or possibly even investing more of your time and energy in a skill or a hobby or a subject, all the energy you put into that, all the attention and focus you give to that will reap you rewards. So if you are planning to start a business, if you are already in the works of starting your own business or starting a creative project, then you will reap much reward from this. Because not only do we have the card of fortune, but we also have the card of status. So this might very well be what will help you ascend, level up, gain a higher position of authority. The 2nd house is the house of finances, of wealth, loss, and gains. It's the house of possessions. So I do see your finances improving. And it's improving because of your hard work. It's improving because of your determination, because of your discipline possibly, and your ambition. Leo can be very ambitious. They know what they want and they aim to get it. At least that's the vibe I'm getting from this card. So if fortune is what you seek, if fortune is what you're aiming for and working towards to, fortune is what you will find and what you will have. But of course, it does come with its challenges. We do have the card of criticism and loss. The 6th house is the house of employees, workers, day-to-day life, service to others. It also concerns matters relating to health as well as small animals or pets. So as mentioned previously, I do see some of you obtaining new responsibilities or being delegated more responsibilities, or the responsibilities that you will be obtaining are of high priority. And this might result in you feeling pressured because Mars in Virgo is super attentive to detail. And because of this, they can be highly critical. Mars in Virgo does not like to be wasteful. It seeks to direct their energy, focus, and attention into something that will be of benefit in some way. So whether it be a work situation, whether it be in terms to education, I do see you undertaking a very important project or responsibility which will ask from you commitment and discipline. And I see you delivering because this card indicates, and I'm quoting the guidebook, a propensity for success and even prominence in work. Now, for those of you who are studying or working in the field of health or medicine or even mechanics or engineering, I do see you doing very, very well. You might be singled out, let's say by your boss or by your professor, your teacher, as the best of the best in the class, the best in your group, maybe even the best in the industry. And this will result in you unintentionally attracting a lot of attention. even unwanted attention. Because with this I being here, it feels like all eyes are on you or will be on you. Some people might be seeking to learn from you. Some people might be waiting for you to mess up. Because we do have the key term criticism, there might be some envious eyes on you. Some people might be super critical of you or even judgmental of you. And it's not because you're messing up. It's not because you're doing anything wrong. It's because they're looking to find fault in you. Or it might be because they want to see how far you can go, like kind of push you to your limit. So it's important, and I know it's not always easy when we're in it, but it's important to not allow these kind of people get under your skin. Because you alone, the way you are handling things, the way that you are choosing to show up for you and for what matters to you and is important to you is already top notch. You are doing an amazing job. So it's also important not to be super critical of yourself. Do not expect yourself to be perfect. Do not expect to not make any mistakes, because even the most brilliant of people made mistakes at some point or the other. But what made them brilliant is that they chose to learn from them. They saw the challenges as an opportunity to grow or to learn something new. So because this is the house of health, remember that it's important to take care of yourself. It's important to look after yourself, because stress, overworking, burnouts, they can affect our health. So be mindful of your health and your well-being. If your work matters to you, if that's top priority, then fine. But don't let this be your only priority, because you are important. It's like, think of it as a phone. The phone has all these functions and it can assist you in many ways. But what's the point of a phone if its battery isn't working? If its life force is malfunctioning? And that was just an example, a very lame example, because you are way more valuable than a phone, no comparison. It's just that this card is making me think of not overextending yourself. Do not lead others and yourself to believe that you do not have any limit and or boundaries by taking on whatever demands. The 12th house is the house of strengths and weaknesses. It is the house that describes our fears, subconscious, and our hidden enemies. It's the house of spirituality as well as institutions such as hospitals, schools. So I do sense that you will be going through some trials and tribulations. Yet these so-called challenges will be to help you become aware and understand what your hidden weaknesses and strengths are. So, for example, one weakness, if you want to see it that way, that I'm seeing here is overextending yourself. It's feeling a need to meet every demand and meet it with perfection. Now, Saturn in Pisces denotes someone who is very sensitive and very empathetic towards others. They have a strong desire to help others, especially those who are in need. And so for the Saturn in Pisces, someone else's loss can feel like their own loss. So if you do work in the field of medicine and or health, if your work or your career involves assisting others, then I can see how this line of work or field can be draining. Because you do not only provide assistance and care, but you also absorb the pain and suffering of others. You take it on. Some of you might even feel like it's your responsibility to help others or to fix others' problems or to make a difference. And this is a huge, huge responsibility that you're taking on. Even though it can motivate you, inspire you, possibly even empower you, on the other end, it can be burdening. It's a huge load to carry. And if this is not you taking on this responsibility, someone or something is maybe putting this responsibility on you. So for example, if you're the leader of a group, because you are the leader, you are pressured to set an example, be the example. And so all of these expectations might be thrown at you. So I just want to make something clear. Your sympathy, your empathy, it's not a weakness. Some people might perceive it as a weakness. You know, our strengths and weaknesses, they're formed by our perception. So they might become a weakness when you lose yourself through your empathy and your sympathy towards others. As the guidebook says, when you lose your own identity when faced with other people's demands, that's when it becomes a weakness because you're losing yourself. But your sympathy, your empathy is and or can become a strength. It shows your ability to connect with others. It shows your ability to feel more deeply. So for those of you who are wondering what career would best suit you or your qualities, your strengths, the Saturn in Pisces shows someone who is highly interested in understanding the subconscious mind, in psychology, someone who is interested in assisting others and helping others find solutions to their problems. Saturn in Pisces is also very interested in the esoterics, the occult, spirituality. So being a mentor, a guide, a motivational speaker, possibly anything relating to social work or institutions, you will thrive in that. But also there is a caution to, if you are in that field of work or if you choose to be in that kind of field of work, to ground yourself, to remember who you are, to remember that you are also an individual and that you also matter. You know, the healer also needs a healer. Being a healer does not exempt you from receiving healing and or assistance from others, because you are still an individual. You are still going through it like the rest of us. So do not make yourself an exception when you are also a priority. So if you're interested in counseling and therapy and anything related to health, I do see that you will do very well in that field. But I do see a lot of ups and downs. There is going to be a lot of learning how to create boundaries, learning how to not get absorbed by other people's worries or other people's problems or their personal lives. There's also this caution of not getting absorbed by your work or what it is that you do or your interest, because our interests are not all of who we are. They only show an aspect of who we are. So it's important also to not create your identity around your work, around your interests, around your passions, because that's another way we can lose ourselves or kind of forget who we are. Now, because the fifth house, the house of creativity, showed up in the spread, I am certain that a lot of artists, creators, or creative people chose this group. So if you are interested, I do see you excelling or doing very well in anything that has to do with the arts and or creative endeavors or pursuits. So if you're interested in becoming an artist, a creator, or a performer, or you are already on that path, I do see you doing very well. Of course, the path to getting where you want to be might not be the smoothest, but I do see you getting to a place where you are recognized for the work that you do, or you have a large following, or basically you've made a name for yourself. Or if you're hoping to find financial stability through your artistic abilities, then I do see that happening for you. Also, your ability to connect with and understand others can assist you with creating art that really moves people or is relatable. This in itself can help you stand out or gain popularity. So, for example, if you are a lyricist or a writer, you are able to move people with your words. If you are a singer or performer, you are able to convey emotion through your singing or performance, which allows your audience to connect with the art. I also feel that your attention to detail can give you the advantage of creating art that is so unique and refreshing, that is so undeniably you, kind of like a trademark. I also sense that you have a good eye for what is or will be popular, and this gives you an upper hand. It kind of allows you to be a step ahead of everyone else. You may also have a talent for creating aesthetically pleasing work, which can also help you gain popularity. With Sun being in Leo, I'm seeing a leader, someone who stands out from the crowd, someone who is in the spotlight, someone who is the life of the party or is well known. This is also someone who has achieved most of their goals, if not all of their goals. Yeah. Now the card status is letting me know that you will be accumulating a substantial amount of money. This is speaking about wealth. Now, as I said, the status card can also be denoting that you are going to be leveling up. You might be acquiring a position of higher authority, from the worker to the boss, from the boss to the CEO, from a student to a professor, from a professor to a principal. I see you ascending. And with there being a crown here, you will be respected in your field of work, or you will be respected by your colleagues. The status card is the card of achievements. You are going to achieve great things. Now, with the lost card being here, I cannot say with 100% certainty that you will be achieving all of your goals. Because what I'm sensing is that some of the things that you will be achieving will be things that you never even imagined, or thought of, or planned for. But you end up finding fulfillment and or success at the end, either way. Now, the status card is making me think of someone who ventures off on their own, someone who decides to start their own business, become self-employed, or do something on the side that is completely theirs. And so some of you might decide to start a partnership because we do have 2 people here. And if you do, I do feel like this is going to go very well for you. Some of you might even decide to start this partnership with a significant other, with your romantic partner. And again, I'm getting this sense of a power couple, 2 brilliant minds and brilliant souls coming together to create this magnificent thing. But if not, this might start off as a solo venture, something that you start on your own, and later as it grows, you start working with others or asking for assistance from others. And I feel like the status card is recommending for you to, when you need it, seek for that support and assistance, because this whole spread is a reminder that yes, even though you can manage a lot on your own, even though you are powerful and you are your own pillar, there are times where the extra hand and support is needed. There are times in which we are required to work as a team, in a team, and to learn from others as well. And sometimes when we open up about our struggles, we give space for others to open up about their struggles as well. And then we realize that, hey, we weren't struggling alone. We're not the only ones struggling with this. And I kind of get the sense that that is what is going on here. You might choose to open up about what you're going through, experiencing with someone or a group of people, and they will share with you that they themselves have gone through this or are going through this, and they might even share some advice and guidance with you on how to overcome this or get through this or find a solution. Now, the status card is here to remind you to not get caught up in achievements and status, in wealth and success, because there is a caution here of possibly getting consumed by that. Always wanting to be the best, always wanting to be on top, always wanting more and more and more, and never feeling like it's enough. And that is a dangerous path to travel, because we can get lost in that. We could start wandering or running a race that never ends. So it's important to stay grounded. Remember who you are. Remember what truly matters to you. What are your priorities? Don't build your identity around your status. Or don't let your identity become a label. Your identity is not your bachelor's nor your doctorate's degree. It's not a title or the number in your bank account or savings account. It's important to keep that in mind, because with the lost card being here, like I said, there's going to be some ups and downs. So it's important to keep our identity, to know who we are. So when things are hitting that low, we don't feel like something is taken from us. And we understand that we have everything that we need in order to get back up again, in order to keep moving forward. Yes, but definitely I see success here for you guys. I see much improvement financially. I see a leveling up and ascending. Whatever it is that you set your mind to focus on, you will be reaping rewards in regards to it. You are extremely talented, very creative and skilled, and this will all help you ascend in your career or whatever it is that you decide to do. The word hobbies keeps coming to mind, so whatever hobbies you are currently interested, these hobbies might very well become your main form of financial income in the near future. But I definitely see you standing out from the crowd, gaining popularity. Yeah, and some of you, this is just an extra message, some of you might be marrying or partnering up with someone who is very wealthy as well. It's not that you will acquire wealth in this way, but I'm seeing like someone who's very powerful coming together with another powerful person. So that's why I thought power couple. So I do recommend to take note of the different seasons that we have here. So we have Leo season, we have Virgo season, Pisces season, as well as Taurus season. So any one of these seasons might be significant. They might be pivotal moments in your career, creative endeavors, or studies. Or you might be experiencing some breakthroughs during these seasons. Also take note of the numbers. Those might give you more specific dates or time frames. So for example, the number 5 could be representing the month of July, the number 6, June, the number 12, December, and the number 2, February. Yeah, I'm just going to pull out one of these cards, one tarot card. You see? Ooh, the star. Perfect. The star, upright with faith, renewal, and healing. The star speaks about wish fulfillment. The star is making me think of a bright future. It's making me think about someone who is a star, who a lot of people look up to them. The star is also associated with the zodiac sign Aquarius. So Aquarius season might be of significance for you guys. That's where you might start seeing things picking up for you. You might start gaining recognition. People will start seeing your potential, recognizing your talents, recognizing you as the star that you are. Yeah, I just see you being in the limelight. Some of you might even be trendsetters or like trailblazers. You catch the attention of a lot of people. And the star also denotes hope. So you also inspire hope in a lot of people. You help people see the light within themselves. The star also reminds me of guidance, the North Star. So, like I said, some of you might choose to help guide others through counseling, through therapy, even spiritual guidance. And one of the reasons for which you find success and or fortune is because you have your own way of doing things. You stand out from the crowd because you do things your way. You follow your inner compass. You stay true to you. Your authenticity and sincerity is what helps you prevail. So stay true to you. The star and the fortune. Wonderful energies. Fortune is favoring you. And it's because you are betting on yourself and you have always bet on yourself. Remember, the sun is the biggest star in the sky. So you shine as bright as the sun. Okay, but those are all the messages I have for you guys. I'll pull out an oracle card just to close up this reading. The changes you are experiencing are really good. Happy outcomes are on the way. Revel in this thought. Okay, so those are all the messages I am seeing for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it brought some guidance, some clarity. If it did, then please leave a like or a comment. If you are new to this channel and you want to stick around for more readings with me, Kim, then please do subscribe. I do offer personal readings. All the information is in my website, and the link to my website can be found in the description box down below. Thank you so much for watching until the very end, and thanks to all of you who took a moment to watch the ads. That is the most simplest way to support me and my channel, so muchas gracias. Yeah, wishing you a wonderful rest of your day or night, and until the next moment. Bye bye. Hola seekers who chose group 3, bienvenidos to your reading. It's time to reveal the topic of this group. So you guys chose this question mark, and the topic assigned to this one is dun, 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 personal and spiritual growth as well as healing. Okay, so there is your topic, and now let's get right into your messages. So when I connected with the energy of this group, I immediately felt a coming together. That's the phrase that came to mind, coming together. Some of you might actually be going hermit mode, or you might already be in hermit mode, and it's all for the purpose of healing. I sense that a lot of you are calling your energy back to you. It's like claiming back your power. You are retreating in order to recharge, to make space for you. And I know that might not sound like much fun to a lot of you guys, but this all to me feels like a wound that was once open and hurting is now closing, is now healing. I feel very calm right now, and I was feeling a bit anxious before I connected with the energy of this group. And actually, when connecting with the energy of this group, there was a message of everything is going to be all right. I feel safe right now. I feel protected. So know that you are being looked after and that you're doing an amazing job. I feel like that is one of the things that Spirit, your guides, your higher self really wants for you to hear at this moment. You are doing an amazing job. We are proud of you. You know, this message of coming together might actually be denoting an integration between your masculine and your feminine energies. It's like a coming back home to you, feeling at home in your very being. I just noticed my hand is like right on my chest, right above my heart, and the message that keeps coming to mind is, I am here. I am finally here. Okay, but I'm going to move into the cards. So as I mentioned with the other two groups, I haven't planned out any spreads for any one of the readings. I'm just going with the flow, working with whatever divination tools I feel called to work with at the moment. So if things look a bit messy, I apologize. I haven't planned anything out. Okay. So let's see. In terms to your personal and your spiritual growth. Okay, so we have the 10 of Arrows instruction, and this is the 10 of Swords in the traditional tarot. And I actually want to also use this oracle deck. So let's see. So we have 23, dynamic, with the message, the frequency of dynamic supports our ability to harmonize between layers and aspects of different origin and frequency. It helps us to put together a reality that is made up of many different elements, both familiar and completely new, with ease, grace, and great joy. Okay. And I want to pull out one of these cards. Okay, 2 cards fell out. So we have good fortune and we have wish. Oh, how nice. So first of all, whenever I see the number 10 and a spread, it makes me think of endings, conclusions, closure. So something is definitely ending for you guys. And because this is the 10 of Arrows, the 10 of Swords, there is an ending to a suffering. Now it's so interesting how we have this wheel-like image on the banner here in the background, because wheels make me think of cycles. So more specifically, a cycle, a painful cycle is coming to an end. And looking at this child holding this bow and arrow, it's making me think of a new beginning. So like I mentioned previously, a wound that was once open is now closing, is healing. The 10 of Arrows in this specific deck has a different interpretation or meaning behind it than the traditional Ten of Swords. This card is speaking about passing on your knowledge. It encourages us to become aware of what it is that we are sharing with others or sharing or giving to the next generation. And it's so interesting because we have the card Dynamic, which is about sensing how everything works together. Even that which seems so opposite, so different from each other, can actually work together to create something uniquely beautiful. So this Dynamic card is speaking about harmony and a coming together, which was the message we received right at the beginning. This card is reminding me of the teacher-student, the master and the apprentice. We are all both teachers and students. Even when we are teaching, we are learning. Even when we are learning, we are teaching. So for a lot of you who are or have been on a spiritual journey, you might already be at a point in your journey where the experiences that you had can actually help you with assisting others in their own journey. So this might be where the student becomes the teacher, where the apprentice becomes the master. Now, it's important to note how this older man is not telling this child how to hold the bow and arrow, how to aim. He's simply assisting him and guiding him. Yet he is encouraging him to find his own stance, his own position, to find his own target. So for those of you who are interested in becoming, how would you say it, spiritual leaders and becoming guides, teachers, in assisting others with their spiritual and their personal growth or with their healing journey, I do see you becoming an amazing, amazing teacher and or guide. So if your wish or one of your wishes has been to help others, this wish is being granted. And I feel like you're already doing that and you have been doing that. Now, for those of you who have been wishing or setting intention to receive guidance and or support, you will receive it. If you are on a spiritual or healing journey and you have been actively seeking a mentor or a healer, be it modern, traditional, alternative, whichever, who can guide you and or understand you, I do see you finding someone. Or if you yourself are not actively seeking for this, your journey is leading you towards a mentor, a guide, or a healer. Do you know that phrase, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear? Yep, the student is ready. You are ready. And because you are ready, a teacher is about to enter your life. Now, whenever I look at this 10 of arrows, it makes me think of a spirit guide assisting someone. A spirit guide coming through with words of encouragement, words of wisdom, a spirit guide coming through with guidance. As I mentioned, for a lot of you, this is a new beginning. And I feel you are receiving encouragement from your guides, from spirit, to step into your new beginning. You know, aim without fear. Aim for your dreams, for your wishes without fear, because good fortune will find you. Work with the odds, and the odds will be in your favor. You are ready. That is the message that is coming through. You are ready. Now, looking at the number 23, if we add up 3 and 2, we get the number 5. And the number 5 is about changes, transitions. So there is a change happening for you guys. The energy is changing, it's shifting. The wheel is turning, and it's turning in a new direction, in a favorable direction. Now, this dynamic card might be speaking about working with others. So if you have a wish to create something, to build something, I see you working on making this wish a reality. Some of you might already be doing that, but for the majority, I feel like you are stepping into that. And for some, in order to make this wish a reality, it will require of you to work with others. And these people who you will be working with will be people who are unlike you. Their perspectives, beliefs, likes and dislikes might be very different from yours. Yet it is the differences that will actually bring you together, that will actually help you create magic. Now, I also feel that this dynamic card is speaking about embracing all of who you are, accepting all the different aspects of you. This is a coming together. It's embracing the light and the dark, the colorful and the not so colorful. And this is not only about acknowledging and accepting these various aspects of yourself, but it's also coming to realize that life is not black and white. There's in-betweens. There's variation. You know, it's not just about the ups and the downs. This quote from L.M. Montgomery just came to mind. It's not what the world holds for you. It's what you bring to it. Don't expect life to give you what you want when you have the power to create it. The world offers the tools that the creator needs in order to create, and you are the creator. So allowing ourselves to see life in all its true colors allows us the opportunity to see all the potential. Because looking at this message, it helps us to put together a reality that is made up of many different elements, both familiar and completely new, with ease, grace, and great joy. I feel like this is a time in which you are integrating all that you know in order to create your new beginning, your new reality. You are not disregarding the past. Yes, you are choosing to no longer live in the past, yet that doesn't mean that you're necessarily forgetting all that has transpired, because you are taking the lessons with you. So you are venturing into this new beginning, knowing the past, but being open to the future, which is the unknown. I know there is always this message of let go, move on, don't look back, but we don't necessarily forget our past. Our perception of the past might have changed, which allows us to connect with our past differently. Yet we don't necessarily forget it. And it is our past experiences that prepare us for what is to come, that prepare us for our future, for the present. This is reminding me of a message that was said to a person and artist that I really like, Kim Hanbin, and it goes, the past you may be the one that created the present you, but it's the present you that can change the world. And you know, the good fortune is making me think of how sometimes we often believe that the success that some people achieve is due to luck. But you know, it's never truly like that. There's a story behind every success. Someone might have taken a lot of detours in order to find this good fortune. Someone could have went through several experiences and undergone various lessons in order to find this good fortune. So don't underestimate or undervalue the path that you have traveled on, because it is the path that led you to where you are right now. And where you are right now, at least what I'm seeing with these cards, is a place of opportunities. Of course, you are the traveler. You are the archer. You call the shots here. You aim where you want to aim. Now I'm looking at this dynamic card at the triangle, and it makes me think of the past, the present, and the future. You know, they're all connected. They are all assisting one another. When it comes to energy, time is non-existent. That's only something that exists or that we abide to here in the physical realm, in the 3D plane. So if there's someone who is looking after you, if there's someone who has your back, is the past you. And, you know, I am receiving this message. Don't ever be afraid to speak to the past you, to send words of encouragement to a version of you in the past. Be your number one supporter, because you are your number one supporter. No one knows you better than you do. No one knows what you've been through, what you've gone through, how hard you work but you. So don't undermine your efforts. Don't undermine or undervalue your ability and your willingness to learn, to improve, to transform. You are growing, you are healing, and you have been making progress. Good fortune doesn't just happen. We create it. The past, present, and possibly even the future you is making this good fortune happen. All these versions of you are working together to make all of these wishes a reality. All of you is beautiful. All of you is worthy. All of you matters and is important. Yes, you are always awakening to a new you, to a new version of yourself. And that's only because you're uncovering layers and layers of who you are with each experience, with each passing moment. But, the healing journey, growth, doesn't signify that the best version of you is out there. Because the best version of you is already here, is within you. So don't wait to become you when you can embrace you and simply allow yourself to get to know more of you. Through each new experience, through each new challenge, through each new dream that comes along or you create. So I definitely see you being supported, not only by spirit, by the divine, but also by people that you will be encountering along your journey. Some of these might be new people, and some of these might be people that you already know. And with the good fortune card here, I do see you being open to the possibilities and the opportunities. You are learning how to see the potential in things and or situations. There are no missed opportunities with the good fortune card. And with the wish card being here, the message that is coming through is don't be afraid to wish. Don't be afraid to dream. Don't be afraid to visualize. The wish is the target and you are being encouraged to aim for it. Now is your time. It has always been your time, but now it is up to you to believe that it is your time to shine. This just came through. Some of you might be starting your own business or opening up a store. And this might have been a wish of yours and you're going for it. You're not waiting for life to make things happen for you. You are choosing to get involved, work with the universe to make your wishes a reality. With the good fortune card being here, some of you might be receiving or seeing a lot of signs and or synchronicities, but I mostly see you feeling very connected with yourself, your intuition, your inner guidance, and also having this strong connection with your guides, strong communication with your guides. You might be communicating with them back and forth. It's like you'll be sensing them when they're around, having kind of this knowing of what messages they're trying to convey to you. So it's like having this kind of direct communication with your guides and or with your higher self. Now, in terms to time frames, the 10 of arrows is making me think of 10 months from now. Something significant might be occurring. We also have the number 23, so February 3rd or March the 2nd might be an important date, or the months of February or March might be significant. You might start something new during that time, or a wish of yours might be granted. Yes, but I do see you ending a painful cycle. I do see healing. As I mentioned previously, a wound that was once open is now closing. You are stepping into a new beginning and are aiming for your dreams, for your desires, for your goals. Ready to face the unknown with all the knowledge, wisdom that you have acquired. Okay, but I'm going to pull out an oracle card to end this reading. Okay, and we have care about the way you feel. Practice the art of allowing and guide yourself in a more unconditional way. And this is making me think of visualizing and manifesting. You can create the life that you want to live. That is the last message. Okay, so those are all the messages I am seeing for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it brought some guidance, some clarity. If it did, then please leave a like or a comment. If you're new to this channel and you want to stick around for more readings with me, Kim, then please do subscribe. I do offer personal readings. All the information is in my website, and the link to my website can be found in the description box down below. Thank you so much for watching until the very end, and thanks to all of you who took a moment to watch the ads. That is the most simplest way to support me and my channel, so muchas gracias. Yes, but that is all for now. Wishing you a wonderful rest of your day or night, and until the next moment, bye bye. Hola seekers who chose group 4, bienvenidos to your reading. Since this is intended to be a multi-purpose reading, I hope you guys set an intention for what you want to get out of this reading, for what the purpose of this reading is. I explained this all in the introduction, so if you watched the intro from beginning to end, you'll know what I'm talking about. Okay, but now let's reveal this group's topic. So drum roll please. Dun, 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 dun. And you guys chose this question mark, and the topic is blessings, good news, and manifestations. Okay, so if you guys have been seeing signs and synchronicities a lot recently and have been wondering what they signify or what they are in regards to, they might be signifying that a blessing is incoming or good news is on its way, or something that you have been manifesting is about to manifest. Or if you've been wanting to know what's next in your life, then this is revealing to you that what's next are blessings and good news. Okay? So as I mentioned, this is a multi-purpose reading, so this could be the answer to any question that you have at this moment, which is why I mentioned setting an intention for what you want to get out of this reading. But okay, so now let's get into your messages. So when I connected with the energy of this group, 2 messages came to mind. The first one being turn around, and the second, staying honest. So I can interpret the message turn around in various ways. So for some of you, this might literally be signifying a turnaround in your life or in any situation that you have been struggling with or has been looking unfavorable. Things are going to change for the better. Now, this could also be signifying that a deadline or the time it takes to complete or process something is going to change. And this change will be in your favor. It will assist you in some way. So for example, if you have been working on a project and it's due at a certain time and you're worried about not meeting the deadline might be pushed to give you more time to complete the project. Now, if you have been waiting for news or for the arrival of something to receive something, you will be receiving these news or whatever you have been waiting for much sooner than anticipated. Now, I do get the feeling that something might be delayed, but if it is, whatever is being delayed still manages to come through at the perfect time. It's like a perfect timing kind of situation. So if it had come earlier or on the due date, it wouldn't have benefited you or it wouldn't have reaped as much rewards. But it being delayed allows it to come in or come through at the perfect time. So you are able to benefit more from it or reap more rewards. Yeah, the universe works in mysterious ways. Sometimes what doesn't seem like it's working out in our favor ends up working out in our favor. Yeah, but the last interpretation that I can think of for the message turnaround is that Spirit is kind of giving you a hint. It might be their way of telling you to pay attention. Something is in the works for you, something good. Something that you'll be pretty happy and pleased about. So for those of you who have been manifesting, this might be Spirit's way of giving you a heads up that, yep, this will soon manifest. And for the message, staying honest, I feel it's pretty self-explanatory. I do feel you are being advised to stay honest to yourself. There is no need to lie to yourself about what you want or what you desire. Also, you don't have to settle for less. Be honest about what your standards and your needs are. Staying honest allows us to stay open, and staying open allows us to be receptive. Okay, but now I'm moving into the cards, and I feel like working with this astrology deck to get a clearer understanding of what will manifest, or what are these blessings and good news in regards to. Okay, so let's see for group 4. Okay. Ooh, and we have the first house with Jupiter in Aries and the key term enterprise. Ooh, okay, so for those of you who own an independent business, are business owners or associates, or are in a business partnership, the message turnaround might actually be signifying a turnaround in your business. If your business hasn't been performing that well, then this card is signifying that things are going to start looking up for your business. There is going to be a financial recovery. This is marking a period of improvement in your business as well as in your finances. This could also apply to your career, to your creative endeavors, and or personal projects, as well as your studies or education. Because we do have the planet Jupiter, which is the planet that governs higher education, wisdom, expansion, business, wealth, as well as foreign travel. I believe this is also the planet of mental and spiritual growth. So if you have been looking for improvement in any of these areas, improvement is what you will see. For those of you who have been dreaming about or have been in the process of setting up a business, you will be successful in setting up your business. Because the Enterprise card also speaks about successful ventures. So if you have invested in anything recently and you're kind of worried about the turnaround, this card is letting you know that you are going to see some profit. You know, it might start off a little rough at the beginning, but things are going to get better. We do have acorns here. Acorns make me think of prosperity. From an acorn grows a tree. So for example, a small investment over time doubles, triples, quadruples. It just grows and grows. And remember, investments don't always necessarily have to be about money. You can invest your time and your energy. So for example, if you're investing yourself in your studies, this investment will pay off in the long run because it will result in you getting your degree. It will result in you being able to exercise your profession, in you getting a really good job, a stable income, etc. Jupiter in Aries also represents a lucky break, which is reminding me of that example I gave at the beginning. You know, you're worried about not completing a project on time, and then lo and behold, the deadline gets pushed, which gives you more time to work on the project and complete it. So if you've been feeling a bit rough, if you feel like things haven't been working out, or there's just too much on your plate, that you're barely getting by, Spirit is giving you a heads up about a fortunate and unexpected turn of events. Now, the first house concerns you, the individual, your state of mind, your health, and how you see yourself, as well as how others regard you. If you have been feeling stressed or are worried because of your circumstances, and this stress and or worrying is affecting your overall health, then by your circumstances improving, which I do see that's the case, things will be improving for you guys, this will have a positive effect on your overall health. Because with your circumstances improving, it might be that your stress and or your worrying subsides or completely fades away, which then helps your overall health. And I just looked out my window and there's a white butterfly fluttering about. White butterflies make me think of hope, of purity, peace, calm, and reassurance. Reassurance that everything is going to be all right. Things are going to get better. Now, I also see your confidence improving, or it might be that with your circumstances getting better, with you seeing positive results or progress, that will help boost your confidence. And this confidence will have a positive impact on your personal endeavors. Because this confidence might lead you to try new things, to invest in a project, or feel confident about what it is that you are investing in and or doing. When we're feeling confident, we don't allow fear to hold us back. And so we're not doubting ourselves, we're not questioning. We focus more on the potential of things, on the opportunities, rather than searching for the lack. And that is always helpful because it gives us a new perspective, a new perception into a situation that can help us find solutions, that can help us find ways to improve or to stand out even. Because I feel like for those of you who are creators, or you put your work out there, or you put yourself out there, I do see you gaining attention. And this might be one of the blessings. Your work, or you yourself, will be garnering a lot of attention. Now, most of this will be positive attention, but with so much attention comes unwanted attention. So I can't say with certainty that all of this will be positive, but I can say that the positive will outweigh any negatives that you encounter. So be mindful of your perception. Be mindful of what it is that you're focusing on. Because we could have so many blessings, but if we choose to focus on the one negative, then the whole experience becomes about the negative. So I'm looking at these flowers, and it's making me think of acknowledging the beauty that is surrounding you, that is around you, because there is so much beauty that is growing around you. And if you don't see it now, you will see it soon. It's like a flower. It might be that at this moment, it's still a seed, or it's currently pushing through the earth so that it could come up to the surface. And that's why you don't see it, because it's still underground. But it will eventually make its way to the surface and then flourish. Now, as I mentioned, I do sense that you will be garnering attention. You will be gaining popularity. And I feel like a lot of this popularity that you will be gaining is because of your ability to be honest, of your ability to show others that you are trustworthy, which is why I feel that the message staying honest came through at the beginning. Your honesty, your sincerity, and possibly even your transparency is what will assist you. So the advice here is, don't try to pretend to be. Don't try to be anything or anyone else but you. Because the more you try to do things or act in ways that you think others will like, the less favor you will find. So don't work so hard to be liked. Just be you, and naturally the people who will like you will be attracted to you. Because when we're being inauthentic, we can repel the people or even the opportunities that would naturally suit us, that would naturally like us if we were just being ourselves. So yeah, stay honest. Because I do see that your personality might very well be what will help improve your status, will help with you finding success. And I know the word success is very ambiguous, so take it as success meaning whatever success means to you personally. I do want to pull out another oracle card. Because we have a hand here. I know this is representing palmistry, but it's making me think of you creating your own fortune. Okay. So we have the number 2 with honey child, and the key terms or phrases: abundance, fertility, belief, succor, growth, warmth, beginnings, and in your prime. Yeah, and I was just thinking how the acorns also represent prosperity. So What is next for you? Abundance. What will you be experiencing? Prosperity. This is making me think of giving birth to something new. You creating something of your own. And this is also a confirmation that you are working to create something beautiful. Also, if you are creators, I do see you feeling very inspired and motivated to create. You might even be encountering a muse, something or someone that inspires you. And this could be one of the blessings that is coming in for you guys. Within your prime, again, for those of you who are creators, who are artists or performers, as I mentioned previously, you will be garnering a lot of attention. Your work will be garnering a lot of attention. But not only that, I see you feeling very proud of yourself, feeling very proud of your skills, your talents, your work, what you do, feeling very proud of your efforts. You're not downplaying yourself here. You know who you are, you know what you got, and you're damn proud of it all. I see you feeling beautiful. I see you feeling comfortable in your skin. You are eager, excited, and ready to create, ready to invest in yourself and invest in your dreams. Like, I feel like for a lot of you, this is like the perfect time to pursue your dreams, to invest, to create. Like, you have the energy, you have the motivation to do so. You might even have the resources or the income to do so. If you don't, like, this is the perfect opportunity or time to create that income, work towards that stability. Spirit is saying this is the perfect time to plant your seeds. And yes, you will be receiving blessings at this moment, but as you're receiving your blessings, you could also be planting more seeds for the future. You know, from the acorn comes the tree, but from the tree comes the acorn. So maybe this is also an advice to be mindful of your money, be mindful of your blessings. Don't be wasteful is the message that is coming through. Because what you have, you can duplicate it, you can expand it, you can help it grow more and more. So it's also important to nurture what you already have. So if you're happy with what you receive, with what you have, make sure to nurture it, to take care of it so that it can prosper, so that it can have longevity. And so this can also be applied to you, the individual, remember, the first house. So I also see you taking care of yourself, being more mindful of your overall well-being, seeing yourself as a priority. I see you coming to this realization that you as the creator are extremely important. I know it sounds very cheesy, but your health is the most important. Now with the message sucker, I apologize if I pronounced that incorrectly. You will be receiving support, or you could be the one offering support. Because I do see things looking up for you guys. I do see things faring pretty well for you guys. You might find it in yourself to provide support and assistance to others, be it financially, be it emotional support, be it through advice, guidance. But I do see you providing support to others. And I feel like this is an exchange. You will be providing, but you will also be receiving. So you will also be receiving the support, any support that you need in the moments, especially when you're going through something difficult or are experiencing any kind of hardship. And I feel like it is this support that you will be receiving that will assist with you finding a solution much quicker, with you overcoming the challenges much, much quicker, and with much ease and grace as well. Yeah, and with the key term fertility, this is a time to create. The lands are fertile. So Spirit is just giving you a green light. Let this be the time where you're not holding back, where you're trying, where you're going out there, willing to experience, willing to venture, willing to try. And I don't mean to be a bummer, but I need to be honest and transparent with you guys. Yes, I see much success here. I see growth. I see potential. I see beauty. Yet I do see you experiencing some trials and errors. Yet the beautiful thing about this is that even if there are setbacks or delays, as we mentioned before, They are not preventing you from moving forward or trying again or trying something new or trying differently. They are just offering you new knowledge, new wisdom that allows you to be more prepared. Because this is the Honey Child card, for those of you who have been wanting to become pregnant or have been trying to become pregnant, I do see this happening for you guys. This could be one of your many blessings, or this could be the manifestation that is now manifesting. The number 2 makes me think of partnership, but it also makes me think of something wholesome. It's also making me think of self-love. Finding love within you allows you to find love with others. I'm going to pull one more card. Okay, that one flew out. So we have the 5 of Pentacles, number 28, with the anchor. And the card says, the anchor denotes successful ventures in business and in love. So the 5 of Pentacles in traditional tarot represents feeling out in the cold, adversity, struggle, hardships. But this is the energy I see you coming out of. I see you leaving behind. Because the 5 of Pentacles also denotes temporary financial hardships. Temporary. So whatever challenges and or hardships you are experiencing, know that they are temporary. They are bound to end, and they will soon be ending. And what is awaiting you after this end is everything that has been mentioned. So know that your efforts are paying off, and they will pay off. Because I feel like some of you have been struggling to accomplish something, and it might be that at this moment it feels like it's not working out or not much progress has been made, but soon you will see that on the contrary, much progress has been made and that your efforts have not been in vain, because the anchor is making me think of stability. It's also making me think of finding a place to ground, like finding a place to settle down, finding your home, or finding a place to call home. But it's also making me think of protection, feeling safe, feeling secure. So you could be finding a place that you feel safe and secure in, a place that you can call your home, or you could be feeling safe within yourself, feeling at home in your very being. As I mentioned previously, I do see you feeling comfortable in your skin, loving yourself and your physical vessel, your body. Now the anchor is also making me think of, you could also be providing safety, security, and or a home to another person. We were speaking about possibly becoming pregnant, if that's something that you have been working towards to, or if you have been dreaming about becoming a parent, you could be the one to offer and provide a home to a child. But the anchor is also making me think of commitment. So some of you might be choosing to settle down with someone. You could be choosing to, or could be starting a family with someone, or could be meeting someone that you can visualize yourself settling down with. For those of you who are single, especially for those of you who have struggled in relationships a lot, or who have recently, no, it doesn't necessarily have to be recently, but have experienced a bad breakup or a fallout, or felt betrayed by another, or who have struggled with finding someone that you feel safe with, who is trustworthy, I do see you meeting someone who you will feel safe with. Someone that is like your anchor, someone that feels like home, someone who offers you stability and security. And I feel like this is mutual, it's reciprocated. You feel safe with this person and they feel safe with you. You find anchor in one another. You find home in each other and together. And you know, this doesn't necessarily just have to be a romantic partner that we're speaking about. This could also be a platonic love, a friend, someone who feels like soul family to you. Yeah, if we look at the number 28, we add up 8 and 2, we get 10. I personally interpret the number 10 as the number of completion and ending. So definitely ending to hardships, challenges, struggles, and this ending gives way to this beautiful new beginning. The color yellow here is making me think of the solar plexus. The solar plexus deals with our confidence, our self-esteem, and also how we view ourselves. So this is confirming once more that you will be feeling more confident. And there will also be a stronger relationship with self, as well as a deeper understanding of who you are. Your perception of self is going to change drastically if it isn't already changing. And this change is one that allows for you to see your worth, your beauty, your magnificence, your true value. It's one that allows the love with self to deepen. Okay? But now I'm just going to pull out one last oracle card to wrap up this reading. Okay, that one flew out. And we have, you can be, do, and have anything you want. The world doesn't have to demonstrate it for you to know it. Wow. And there's so many different images and symbols here, which is reminding me of like signs and synchronicity. So if you have been seeing any of these a lot recently or quite frequently, then this might be serving as a confirmation. Or these might be symbols that you will start seeing, or these might be symbols or signs that you will soon start seeing quite frequently. And when you do, that might be a sign that these blessings or this new beginning or change are about to come in or happen. Ooh, a butterfly. I did see a butterfly when doing your reading, so butterflies might be important. In terms to timing, we do have the number 1 and 2. So the months of January or February might be of significance. Also Aries season. To be more specific, because we have the number 28, February 8 might be an important date, or August 2nd. Also look up when Jupiter transits Aries, because those might be important times or time frames. So because I am posting this video in 2022, Jupiter transits Aries from May 10 to October 28, from May 10 to October 28, and from December 20 of 2022 to May 16 of 2023. And the Enterprise card is making me think of a year, more specifically the beginning of a new year. So the first couple of months like January and February. Yeah, just remember that blessings don't always come in all at once. They are usually sprinkled throughout a time span. Yeah, but those are all the messages I am seeing for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it brought some guidance, some clarity. If it did, then please leave a like or a comment. If you are new to this channel and you want to stick around for more readings with me, Kim, then please do subscribe. I do offer personal readings. All the information is in my website. Thank you so much for watching until the very end, and thanks to all of you who took a moment to watch the ads. That is one of the most simplest ways to support me and my channel, so muchas gracias. Yeah, but that is all for now, so until next moment, bye bye.